So let's do a little more surveying, because I think, it's not maybe the world's most representative group here at Stanford, but in terms of early adopters, I'll bet this is a pretty interesting group. So how many people here have a clock at home? Yeah, like everybody has a clock, right? How many people have a radio at home? Everybody has a radio. How many people have clock radios at home? How many people have upgraded their clock radio ever? Did you ever throw out your old clock radio and get a new one? A couple people, not too many people upgraded. How about TVs? Who's got a TV? Almost everybody. Who's got a VCR? Almost everybody's got. Who's got a TV VCR? We got a picture of one right there, combo unit. All right, that's pretty interesting. So in the real world, about 10% of TV sales are combo TV VCRs. How about receivers? Remember in the old days you used to have an amplifier and a preamp and a tuner. You had a whole rack of stuff with the little black boxes like that. How many people here, they call that components? How many people have component stereos? Oh, we got a few here. How many people have receivers where all that stuff is really in one box? Okay, that's...
What would a boombox be?
A boombox, I guess, would qualify as kind of a combination thing, a receiver. So that was interesting. Like almost everybody had at least one converged device, a clock radio, and almost nobody had a very similar kind of converged device, a TV VCR. The other stuff was kind of in between. All right, how many people have washer-dryer combinations like this little guy here? You got two, whether they're stacked or side by side. How many people have that or use that? How many people have, this is kind of an unusual thing, but how many people have one of these? This is a combination washer-dryer. You just put your stuff in the one thing, and it washes it, and then it dries it. Oh, we got one, two.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. It doesn't dry it, or it doesn't wash it.
It's an interesting product, actually. It has some problems. It's in one of my rentals. I don't have it. My tenant had it. But it's got some kind of a heating element in it. It sucks up tremendous amounts of electricity. It washes, but it flip dries. Like it doesn't heat the dryer up. So it just cycles and dries and dries and dries for 4 hours, 5 hours.
Maybe that's why more people don't have them, I guess. How about toaster ovens? How many people with toaster oven? Yeah, a lot of people. And pencils. I'm not even going to ask. I'm sure everybody has a pen and a pencil of some sort. Okay, just a couple more. So we got can openers. This kind of can opener also has a bottle opener typically at the end here. Anybody got one of those at home? Yeah, a lot of people have those. Swiss Army knife, that's a kind of a converge of a lot of people have that. How about here's a spork. Oh, the same washer-dry person has a spork. Okay, that's good. Saving space in the laundry room and in the kitchen drawer. That's good. That's good. So you can see there's some, it's not always that you put two things together. Just a couple more, and then we'll be done with this exercise. But phone answering machine, it's a combined product. How many people have separate phones and answering machines? Okay, it's about 50-50, I'd say. And multifunction devices. This is like a scanner, faxer, printer. Okay, a few people. How many people have a separate printer and a separate scanner and a separate fax machine? Okay, this is one that's pretty interesting. So we already know everybody here had a phone. Now, say, how many people have a calculator here? Okay, anybody that doesn't own a calculator here? Okay, do you use your phone? People that don't have a calculator? Okay, I saw one person said yes. And MP3 player. How many people have an MP3 player? Yeah, and how many people listen to MP3s on something else, like you could listen to it on a PDA or a phone? Okay, so that's good. So if you think, kind of convergence is where it's at, I'd rather have one device than two, or I'd rather have something that takes up less space, like the combination washer-dryer. Sometimes it's not quite as straightforward as it seems. The signs are a little confusing about what might be happening. And you think, well, yeah, it's really, convergence is, it's definitely going to happen. But, you ask about other things. I think the phone calculator one's an especially good one because, basically every phone pretty much has a calculator. And if you look at your phone as if it were a calculator, it's got the screen, it's got the, the 10 numbers on it. It's, what does a calculator do that this doesn't do, unless you're, maybe some trig functions or something. So, it's not obvious like why we have convergence in some devices and why we don't have convergence in other ones, and that's what I'm going to address a little bit as we go through here. So